Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Necropolis League 3.24. In this episode, I'm going to be showcasing a T15 Blight map, and while I do that, I'm going to go over the build. So you may see 4 Carrion Golems, you might see 6 Golems total, you might be seeing a weird Spectre, I will explain all of it in just a second. Carrion Golem's back. What? Yeah, trust. It's back, it's back. Okay, so now to get into it, let's get the monkeys out of the portal. Okay. They get stuck in the portal still. Never fixed. After years. Okay, man, it's because they're too big. Okay, so first thing, Spectre. Because that's important. The Grand Necromancer. It's very fitting to our build. Necromancer. Grand Necromancer. This thing does desecrate, so it'll spawn corpses. Then when you put corpses down, you have Carrion Golem of Scavenging. So this can consume corpses to heal. The heal is not why. It gains a special new ability called Devastating Cascade of Bone Spikes. It's like, wait, what? Devastating? What about just the normal? Huh? So it's 100 AoE, giga damage, cascade on a lower cooldown. So you can see this big cascade that they can reach the edge of the screen from the middle. So it's like a ranged melee attack, but can also be like melee, like when they leap onto an enemy and then, yeah. So Carrion Golem's back. And then we started with 2 and it already felt good, but now I have 4 and it's through a lot of sacrifice. I put Forbidden Jewels in the build, so 2 jewels gain an extra golem through Animator. Got the extra golem buff effect, the golems are immune to LE damage, all that. And then I added the Anima Stone plus Primordial Jewels for another golem. And this is Corrupted Blood. And then the harmonies were 20 golem damage and 45 increased cooldown recovery rate for the summoned golems. And so those were the 2 stats I cared about. And so with this, get an extra golem. And then, so how I have 3 golems, 3 different types, and that gives me 60 golem damage. But how I did it is Stone Golem of Hordes gives a +2 to max, but only to the gem. Same thing with the Chaos Golem of Hordes, so you're able to get another 2 over the max of the Carrion Golem, and it doesn't count to it. So like Carrion Golem still says 4, so you can have 4, but then the Chaos Golem will say 6, and the Stone Golem will say 6, so technically you could just summon 2 Stone Golems, and you don't need the Chaos Golem, but I wanted it for the Withering Touch and the block chance reduction and the damage and, you know, another minion. This Stone Golem is actually for Guardian's Blessing Grace, so it's not that important. And then technically we lose the buff effect though. We lost the regen and the physical damage reduction from the Chaos Golem, which kind of sucks, but
Exile.
4 Carrion Golem back, dude. The damage, the clear, the fucking mobility, the leaping, how fast they hit. It's crazy. Now to continue. So it's a Carrion Golem of Scavenging, Empower 4, Awaken Multi, Awaken Melee Fizz, Withering Touch, and the Raise Zombie of Slamming. So this is Skin of the Lords. The Acrobatics is useless because we don't have any suppression, so don't worry. And then it's mainly just the colors. So I did a 2 blue, 3 red, 1 green, which I actually have another blue. So this could make your link easier potentially. So I did an Ulnatel's Vow, and so well-rolled one with 61 plus res was 35 divs, so I bought this. I used this last season too because, well, especially when you do a hybrid link where we mix the link of Carrion and Zombie, our main carries are no longer just 1, so giving +3 to just one of them is kind of trolling. So having this, it gives a +1 to both of them because of the awaken minion damage, so it's actually, we're only losing 2, and then like I said, it was only 3 on one of them, so this is like 1 on 2 of them, so it's like 2 levels where the other one was 3, so this is already really strong. And then 44 more damage. Yeah, it's a lot more damage. You lose the bit of life, but they're not dying, so we're okay. And we could switch technically to the normal zombie to have the more life if we really wanted to, and we could take it out of the link. We could just be a main Carrion Golem of Scavenging 7 link. Technically, that's a possibility. You could just make the, yeah, meat shield zombies, basically, the ones that are just like HP, and no slime. And yeah, it's all through the corpse creation and then the corpse consumption and the big AoE and then the big damage. But the Natella's Vow is much better than the replica Dragonfang's Flight, but then the price difference, like we're talking less than a div compared to 35 divs. And it's like an Uber unique, so because I think you get it from the Uber Breachstones. So yeah. That was and then the major cuts to the tree was I took out the jewels that gave poison and avoid stun and life. And so I don't have the avoid stun, but you don't need the stun immune in Blight, so it's fine. And technically you don't need the trigger in Blight either. You could just take this out, like you don't need it. And you could save the gem sockets if that is what you wanted. And that would be pretty nice. But yeah, we're T15 AFK Blight viable. You could probably do most T16s. It would just probably be that if the map is really tanky and moves fast, like has extra move speed, you might struggle a couple leaks. And if it has like all damage mods, you might randomly rip, but not like consistently. Like you're gonna consistently beat them most of the time, and then it would be a random rip to something actually really rippy. So, because like we have the AFK Immortal Call when you're thing, you have the Enduring Cry automated. We're actually pretty tanky. We have the 33,000 armor, the 80 max reses because of the all LE Flasks. We have the Physis LE. The crazy leech. So in this build, we have 730 leech, but we get 10% instant leech. And with Carrion Golem, how fast it attacks, you heal so much. Okay, so now let's show the loot as part of the vid. Like, this was possible with just zombies, technically, and just switching the Ami and scaling up the damage and everything. But, the main thing is it seems like my AI is worse. The minions are getting stuck more. I don't know what's happening. All I can say is that weird shit's been happening. Like they're getting stuck way more randomly while walking, like it was years ago, where you would be walking through tower, you just come through the staircase, you're going through the next area, and you know how there's the door, and then like a little like let's say a hook, like a shape of the fence, and your minion just gets stuck on that shit. But nah, that was fixed a long time ago. The pathing got way better, and now all of a sudden they're getting stuck on random fences again and shit, and they just can't path around walls, like around corners. They just get stuck, and that really sucks. So then I was hoping that the Carrion Golem with the leap slime and shit would help in the clear, and it's also nice for the how fast it attacks for the leech, like I was saying. It could also be good for the withering, to stack wither to get the increased chaos damage taken, and it's also really good for bossing because of the single target plus the mobility to keep up with these bosses that teleport, like Maven and Cyrus and Shaper and Uber, like all this shit. They all teleport. Eater, X-Sarge. True. You can still duo zombies, but it's just that the leap slime's pretty fucking sick because it scales with attack speed and not move speed, so they actually go faster. And we lowered the cooldown with the primordial harmonies, and we have all the golem damage. And like I say, they have the devastating cascade, so they actually deal like crazy damage when they consume corpses, and they get corpses consistently in bosses because of the grand necromancer. So yeah. I think I'm going to show one more. Actually, let's go through the rest of the build. Yeah, so I swapped to a Taste of Fate instead of the Life Flask for Corrupted Blood because I got a Corrupted Blood Anima Stone, so I don't need it, and I'm bleed immune from the Ralakesh, and we're also technically doing Blight, so you don't need this anyways because you're not moving. So I could just switch it to, like, Tukohama for Blight. And then another thing, so like I showed, I switched out the Jewel the Minion AI res jewel, so I took the Minion AI res on the tree. I took 4 Dread Marches, so I took off the Fizz damage reduction on the tree. With the 3 Primordial Harmonies, your golems regen 2% of their life per second, so my Stone Golem surviving the Guardian's Blessing is actually really easy now, because it has 6% extra regen. I could probably level up the Guardian's Blessing, and it has no issues. So this is on top of the renewals, on top of the nice physical damage reduction. But yeah, if you didn't have the harmonies, then you could still run the physical damage reduction node to help keep him alive, or run more Dread Marches. And then, yeah, it's just the jewels, and it kind of feels bad to not be stun immune, so then obviously it'd be nice to get a Mage Blood and be stun immune, or do it through other sources, but no, not the Pantheon. Oh, I get the freeze immune through the boot. I ended up getting a boot with triple res and life, and I did suffixes cannot be changed. Veiled orb, it's the ashling, and it didn't remove my life, and I veiled the move speed cannot be chilled, and crafted cannot be frozen. So that's where I get that, and I get shock from here and burning from here. So being full LE Ailment immune would be really nice too, because it'd be freeing up 2 mods on the boot and 2 Flasks. So that'd be really huge. And so, overall, I like the Carrion Golem. I welcome it back. The damage is crazy. The mobility, all of it is sick. But there are some huge costs, some huge downsides to running this. The sockets, the jewels, the space, what I could be doing instead, the opportunity cost. But it's really cool, and I will be running this for a while. But I'll say the final thing that might make me not want to play this. So it covers the screen like crazy, if you've noticed. So the zombie slam is like nearly invisible with Celestial, where Carrion Golem is this big, flashy, bright light. Like, it covers my entire screen. I can't see anything. I did a T17. It was literally covering the effects of the boss, so I couldn't see the skills, and it's like impossible to dodge boss mechanics. Because they're literally covering the entire arena with this shit the whole time. So that's a real big problem when you just can't see. But at the same time, it does look really fucking cool when it's doing it. And that is one of the major differences of, like, the zombies aren't flashy compared to this is really flashy. And when people see, they go, Carrion Golem, they know right away. But at the same time, I gotta play with this shit, dude. What the hell? Flashbang, you know? I can't fucking see the ground. It's all covered. Look. It's actually crazy. So, yeah. Oh, final update, Animate Guardian. Small tip for the Animate Guardian at the end. So I put the final link in, Void Manip, but the other thing I did is I swapped his glove. So he still has a Gravebind. All I did is I got a corrupted one for Despair, so he's got the curse. And I replaced one of his weapons with the Synthesis implicit explode weapon 15%. So he actually has 45% explode, and he has despair. So those are the only 2 differences. Same exact Animate Guardian, 30 explode body, the boot, the Void Walker, and the nearby enemies have less chaos or minus chaos res helm and all that shit. So thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you guys are enjoying the Necropolis League. Hope you guys are enjoying the new patch. And thanks for watching. Leave a comment in the comment section below about the Carrion Golem, your opinion, your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!